guys? Today we're over here at Vulture Equipment Works with my good friend that you know already probably from previous video, Will.
How you doing, guys?
And since we are two weirdos, we decided to do a video about how we like to run our AKs, what we like to use on our AKs and so forth. And I have a few of mine, you probably saw, and he has one of his.
Yep, we've got one of ours up on the back wall.
So we're gonna give you a quick overview of them and why we decided to use those parts.
Sounds good to me, yeah.
Okay.
We're not going to get too deep into the woods, guys. You know, we're not going to attack, you know, magazines and stuff like that. We'll leave that for another 2-hour video or something.
Yeah, probably a couple of videos on that too.
So don't start hanging us in the comment section about, you know, like, well, you didn't touch about this. This is kind of like a general overview of different platforms of the AK. It's definitely not a purist video.
No,
so we're not going to be talking about, you know, like an original Bulgarian or, you know, Romanian or anything like that. These are modified AKs.
Oh, yes,
they've been tuned. They've been, you know, kind of brought up to our spec, if you will, right?
Yeah.
We kind of liked how to run. And that's why there's different models too. Because sometimes we like this, and then, well, I like this too, so let's just go build another gun.
Yep.
Right?
Absolutely. Yeah.
So I think that's where we're at.
Yeah, plus it's a thing that you learn, the more you're using them, the more you decide to modify. Sometimes even if they come from a custom shop, doesn't mean necessarily they work for you.
Yeah, exactly.
So I mean, and so I'm gonna grab one.
Little tweaks.
Yeah, I'm gonna grab one, show it, say what it is, and you can tell me you might have a chance to show if you wanna handle it, whatever.
Yeah.
I go, of course, all the guns are unloaded, no magazine, nothing in the chambers before somebody freaks out. So as usual. So over here we got Rifle Dynamics. That's my oldest, nicest AK. Just to let you know, I just got rid of most of my cheapest ones, and I'm actually switching to high-hand, what I think is high-hand AKs. Because I'm getting old, and I'm tired to deal with the old guns. So I'm gonna have some nice stuff. And especially if you take a class, I think it's appropriate to go with the good guns too.
Yeah, you always want to take a class with a gun that you know is going to work. Whether it's old or new, comes out of a custom shop or it came out of your garage that you've been fiddling with and tinkering with. Because you don't want to spend all the money, $1,000, $2,000 to go to a class by the time your gas, your food, your lodging, and then the class, and then your ammo, and have your gun go down, and then your stuff left to hold in the bag. So when I go to classes, I usually always bring a backup rifle.
Oh shit!
Definitely, you know, because you don't know. I mean, there could be a hairline crack in a piece of metal or something, and now you get halfway through the day, you're at 500 rounds, and all of a sudden, bump, you're done, no one's got the parts, so you'd always want to go grab a backup on the same platform.
Yeah.
So it's a little bit about why, you know, some guys like to favor nicer builds. There's a lot of those issues that failure issues have been addressed to the best of, to the best of our help, right?
Yeah. Well, that being said, over here we got that's an SLR 104FR, Bulgarian, of course. This one, like I said, it's a Rifle Dynamics custom. In 545 again, like roughly I'm gonna give you an idea where it comes from. We have an Ultimac rail gas tube. They pin, they cut the barrel and they pin a PWS muzzle brake. They have their Venom gas block, which actually improved the performance of the rifle a lot. Of course, like I said, in 545, I had a Circle 10 extended charging handle. I put a Crab Custom safety because I love it. You know, guys, you know me, and I'm a big fan of Mark and all these products. And I had an ALG trigger and a US Palm pistol grip, and this one normally comes with the classic folding iron stock, triangular stock. I had the JMac mechanism over here, inch, and I put a regular, I think it's an ACS Magpul stock. So that being said, I like it, and I think it's one of my preferred rifle of the new series as far as 545. Of course, we got. The other one would be the Crab Custom one. So what do you think about it?
It's a very nice rifle. You know, it's a very nice build. Now you said this is about what, 6 years old?
Roughly, I think it's 4 or 5 years old.
4 or 5 years old. So that addresses a lot of the different pieces and parts that we're seeing. Like when I say pieces and parts, I mean like fit and finish and tweaks and things like that. So as builders and custom shops get going, a lot of their first generation stuff is okay, it's great, and then it comes along and there's a little bit more fit and finish. Like, I don't want to say that the fit and finish on this is bad, because it's not. It's very, very nice. But there's little things that I see that, being a custom house myself, I would have addressed right away. But, you know, that's just, we'll also have to back up. We're we're 5 years ago.
Oh yeah,
right. Things are a little different now. I mean, with all the different technology and everything, it's a little easier. So otherwise, I mean, I like it. It's a beautiful rifle. I like the way that you went with the ACS stock. I mean, I think a cheek weld's nice, and that's one of the first things that you have to look at is when you put your head down, no matter where the butt is on your shoulder, when you put your cheek down, do you get a good alignment on the sight? And you do. I mean, one of the things is this adapter has brought the angle of that 8K stock up to horizontal, so it is in line with the receiver. So no matter if I put my stock here and I come down, if I put my stock down here and I come way down on top of it like this, I'm still getting co-witness on those sights. So that's a good build. I like it. And 5.45, you can't go wrong with it. Bolt run's nice. That ALG trigger, that's decent, man.
Yeah,
that's really nice.
If it's a stock trigger, some people you can polish it and do all the stuff, you know, but for what it is, I mean,
it's a great rifle. I can't wait to go out and shoot it.
Oh, pretty soon we're gonna.
Pretty soon, right?
We might have.
We're definitely gonna be pounding rounds on that new 1881 range before the
subliminal message.
before the clubhouse and everything.
Yeah.
We'll have to go do some sound tests.
We can do an AK class. That would be fun too.
Oh yeah.
I think it's an underrated class, but I think there's actually a lot of people.
It's a lot of fun. You know, I don't want to say it's a novelty class, but it's definitely one of those classes where you learn a lot and you understand a lot and you start to broaden your operational awareness and your operational skill set, which is. Yeah. That's what you're going to a class for. You're not going to a class to burn ammo.
No.
That's a byproduct of why you want to go to the class.
That's right.
Yeah. So that's a really great rifle. And you know, it's
light
AK, so
really
it's you know, pour a bunch of donkey snot in it and it'll still run.
Yeah, like I said, that's all we got here is similar somehow. That is, I gotta read it because I'm getting old. An SLR 107FR because it has a folding stock, a classic Eastern Bloc folding stock. Which I don't know if I'm gonna keep. That might be on process to be replaced somehow. Of course, US Palm pistol grip, which now is being made by X-Tech. By the way, X-Tech, sorry, they're gonna start making a very similar.
And those US Palm grips, they remind me a lot of that Tango Down grip.
Yeah.
Back from 2002. And I had that Tango Down grip on my operational rifle for many years, and I loved it. It was a great ergonomic.
Yeah.
It was like that cross between the AR. Whatchamacallit, MP5, and just something that's a little bit more, I don't know, easy to grip.
Yep.
Easy to grip, just no hot spots in it.
Yeah, it's not bad. It comes with some kind of texture that makes it easy to grab. If I don't like them, my grip in general, most of them, sorry, especially the Magpul one, what I had is this, see over here, this
traction tape.
Exactly, sorry, I'm going to remember the name. So, and it makes it really easy to hold it. So you can maintain the same handguard, which is actually not a bad combination. I mean, the standard handguard again with the Ultimac, and it makes it really easy to hold. I mean, it's again, like I said, it's very simple rifle. The only thing we had is an ALG trigger again, the crab safety again, Circle 10 AK, charging handle, the muzzle brake again, a Circle 10. It works really great actually.
I haven't shot one of those yet.
Oh, you will.
I haven't shot one of those. Yeah, I will.
And of course, with this one, I forgot to mention, they have the peep sight.
So the peep sight. Oh, that's kind of cool.
Yeah. Rifle Dynamics, normally they file them down, the edges and the center, so it makes it easier for your eyes to focus on them.
That'd be nice.
This one is already kind of modified, so as you can see. And like I said, other than that, really basic AK. I bought this one from a friend, and he had already like 500 rounds through it. And it works great. I mean, the only thing is maybe the stock, and I'm not a big fan of it. But
yeah, I mean it's basic. You know, you're going to AK. I like this idea, but what I've always found in hard use is this stuff gets too hot and it starts to get gummy and slide off. So depending on what the plastic is, what we've always done is come by and just stipple it. Just run a patch of stippling on it. You can't, you know, a lot of times it'll tear up your cases and sometimes your gear. So if you're running around and this is running on, you know, with the stippling right here, that's also going to tear apart your gear a little bit, throw some buff spots and stuff like that. But for the most part, if you're interested in grabbing a hold of that rifle instantaneously, and no matter how you grab it, let's say, you know, we're going to go back into an unorthodox shooting position again, and you have to come up like this, you've got a positive grip on it. And so it's kind of like cutting the difference. But as long as it stayed there for you, that's awesome, dude. And you can also come by, and we've done this on many guns, is just finish stippling this. You just come by and stipple the whole thing. And as long as it's not filled with, it's not a rubbery thing like the FN. FN likes to use this like rubberized plastic, which is nice, but it's tough. But when you go to stipple it, it turns out like bubble gum. It's like strings coming off everywhere.
No, meant to.
Yeah. Bolt run's nice. The only thing I don't care for all the way is this. I think I would file most of this off.
That can be
right. Because when I run this way, if I run my hand flat, right here, I'm hitting that right there. And I think if I did that fast and I ran this way for some reason, it's just gonna tear me up.
Yeah.
Now, if you have gloves on, it probably won't matter. No. But I think I would round that. Is my custom. I would round that off. But still, again, this is a traditional AK stock, traditional AK angles, and you come up, and it's not bad. I mean, you still come in. Here, I'm a little too low, so we're muzzled down right now. So right now, I'm not co-witnessing. Now I'm co-witnessing. So you can kind of see just the bottom of my peep is actually at the top ridge of this. So that's a quick, put up. So that's the only thing that I see over these two right away that I really like. I mean, that's slick, that angle. I've heard some guys, one of our buddies has always said, you're like, oh my God, it makes the recoil impulse even more better. I'm like, yeah, whatever. Now you're splitting hairs. The only thing that matters to me is if I put my rifle down, pick it up, no matter where I'm at and what situation, I can get a reliable cheek weld to my sights, my optic, co-witness, and get rounds on target without having to, oh, where is it, hunt. Because a lot of times you just want to have everything instinctual.
Yeah, absolutely. No, it's not a bad stock, but again, for the purist, the other thing I forgot to mention about this when it comes with the scope mount, which some people prefer to put red dot that way. They're not on Ultima because they're afraid they're gonna somehow damage the red dot, which I don't know. For my use, is fine.
I don't know. We've had thousands of rounds through our SLR handguard with our optic out here, and the further you can get an optic away from your sight, your eyeball, your eye relief, increase that, the faster you're going to be able to align your rifle to target and your red dot. So that's just that. The only thing you have to worry about is back here, it's on the receiver, right? So it's going to be, in theory, more accurate and hold a better zero here. Now, that being said, this is an AK. Everything is pushed together and pinned together and welded and stuff like that. So I can't tell you that for sure, and I don't think anyone really can, because the new modern handguards that are coming out are pretty stiff.
Oh yeah.
So if you can do this and run this way with putting it out here, definitely. I mean, that's the best way to keep that optic low, small, and as far out as possible. That way you've got a faster target acquisition.
Yeah, I mean, it's up to, some people nowadays, they got more choices for handguard that actually keep the co-witness. Before them, most of them were cool, but the problem is you were losing.
There was no co-witness.
Which is, I mean, to me, I rather even on AR-15, I want to have the double.
Well, the sights are on the rifle for a reason, right? That's to make it go bang where you want it to go bang, right? But it's also there because that's the ergonomics of the rifle in most conditions or most situations. So if you start getting an optic too far over the sight picture, now you've got to change your cheek weld, you've got to change your stock so that you can keep that snap in and be able to get on target. So you got to watch that. I mean, you want to be able to co-witness at one point, whether it's an absolute or lower third. That way your cheek weld and your body physiology aligns with the rifle religiously all the time.
Well, that goes with the next one, I think. That one is a Crab Custom KV Mode 2, actually El Tenda 2 I call it, because that's one of the...
I noticed that.
It's a logo right here, and that's actually the first or the second one they make with extended level. Now it's a standard thing, I think.
That's nice.
Yeah, that's the only thing you gotta think about is you won't be able to use a drum mag because you have the flange right here, but the cool feature is if you're not really good with the AK magazine, which I saw people fumbling with them.
It's easy to do.
Yeah, correct.
It's easy to do. It's not the most like I see Travis Haley doing his, 1.25 second, like bang, 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 and I'm like, yeah, that's great. That's cool. I mean, he's good at it. But for the rest of the 99.9% of the AK world, you still have mess ups. Hooking that front. Sometimes you miss that front and boom, how it comes, the back will lock in. You're screwed.
Oh yeah,
I mean, you got to beat that thing out sometimes.
In a stress situation, see people dropping the magazine anyway.
Yeah.
That being said, it's a standard rifle. You can go ahead and see the previous review. You know, gorgeously as usual, but little heavy because it's a Vapor. You know, an heavy ARPK receiver, so that makes it. But on the other hand, the fact that it's an heavy receiver makes it pretty much you can pretty much fight the third and the fourth World War with this gun before you throw it away. Amazing thing they did on that.
And you can beat a fucking grizzly to death with it, man. I mean,
the sights they come with these different sights. They're more like an AR-15.
Yeah, that's an AR sight.
Nice adapter. So again, the cheek come up. I changed personally the pistol grip because I don't like my pull grip. I'm a big fan of Hogue. On a heavy gun.
And a heavy gun, a Hogue is nice.
Yeah.
And definitely, I agree with you there.
Other than that, I'm still looking for an end stop or something. That's it.
I mean, it's a Krebs, guys. If you don't know what a Krebs rifle is, or if you haven't held one, the first thing you're going to do is you're going to pick it up and you'll be like, oh my god, it's a freaking boat anchor. It is. All right, you can probably keep a 70-foot yacht in harbor with this thing, no problem. But once again, Mark has come by and he's using a totally different receiver than most everybody else. This is an RPK or RPD?
RPK.
RPK.
Remember, style.
Yeah. So it's a lot heavier. It's a lot, it's just and I've only seen a few of them, right? Real Russian AKs. This is the build quality that you're getting in Russia. Okay, this is, I don't want to say definitively because once again I haven't seen that many, but through Central America and Africa I've seen my share of AKs. I've only personally handled a few because we were always on FNs or FALs, but I got to tell you, it's a beautiful rifle. I love it. And I did a video with a quick little video with Chris's Chris's rifle, and it's awesome all day long, and it does. I mean, it just moves right back and forth. And there's no real climb on it, and I don't have anything bad to say other than the weight.
Yeah, but that's what I'm saying. It's not a
but you're talking about a 30 caliber number one.
Go to the gym and stop bitching.
Yeah, exactly. If you put a 4-end on an FAL and chop it down to 16 and put a nice muzzle brake on it, and you put a 30 round mag in it, I got news for you, dude.
Yeah, no.
It's a boat anchor too. I carried that thing through through the jungles in Africa. I gotta tell you, I don't like them, but that's just because they're too heavy. Yeah. Go to the gym, right?
Yeah. I mean, you got pro and cons. Other than that, it's a gorgeous gun.
It is.
All of them are nice.
It's a very nice gun.
And everybody asks me, what's the best? I'm like, you
can't compare them.
No, you can't.
While we're doing that, we're not telling you like, this over this. We're saying all these different pieces and parts that we like. I like the Circle 10 charging handle. I probably wouldn't run it on my gun, on an operational gun, just because it's a little too big.
Okay.
Like if something I was going to carry in my car or my Go kit or something like that, it's a little too big. It's going to get caught up on too much.
Okay.
That's what I feel. But I love it. So running on a range,
because
my range doesn't get it. My range dog would definitely have one of those.
And I have to say, most of the charging handle on the AKs are kind of sharp. Mark's one normally it tumbled the entire receiver, receiver, so you can feel it.
So this is all melted. Yeah, they've come by and they've really made that nice. And here again, he's got a nice angle here. He's got nice angles on both, so I can run my hand back and forth on that tongue, on whatever you want to call that. I don't know what to call it.
Magwell. This thing, the magwell, whatever I call it.
It's only on one side, guys. So so you understand. It's just there so when you go to do your reload, you can rest here and get a good hook. So I like it. I like it. I'll have one pretty soon.
Yeah, people like, $2,000. Well,
yeah,
sell your $500-$600 rifle and get a real one.
Yeah, it's they're all different, right? So what is this? This is one of our customs.
Okay.
So what we did is we came by, believe it or not, this is a Wasser 10. Okay. Now a lot of people sit there and go, oh my God, Wasser 10. If you know what you're looking at when you buy your rifle, okay, and you put the rifle up and you can see the barrel and you can look down and you've got a halfway decent eye, you can tell whether that trunnion was pressed hard or not. And then you see it's bent. It's clear as day it's bent.
Oh yeah.
So this one's straight. I've whacked coffee cans 300 yards iron sights.
Okay.
So I know the thing is great, and then we take it into the custom shop. And we do kind of like what Mark does, right? We kind of rework some stuff, the Rifle Dynamics, what they do. So what we've done is a little bit different. we've spent a lot of time making sure that the inside of this mag well has been rounded and deburred. All right, now a lot of people say, well, that's not, you know, a big deal, whatever. You put your finger in here for any reason on most stock AKs, you're gonna slice your hand up because it's just raw milled. You know, when they come in as a single stack, somebody's got to come by and go and mill this out. When they do that, they've got sharp edges everywhere. So we come in and we feel that. We've deburred that entire thing.
It's like
we've deburred the ramp. Yeah, we've deburred the front edge of the mag release up in here. Feel this.
Yeah.
There's no more sharp edge.
Cut normally.
Right. So what's that? What that's for is so that when you come in and you go to hook a mag, if you miss, okay, and you get this, you can still get that off. All right. So even if you miss that hook in the front, where I'm not engaged right now, I can still paddle that, and I can move this because it's been rounded instead of having that really sharp 90-degree edge, which will usually catch, and it's the hook of death. On the cheaper AKs, right?
Well, you know, the point is when some people teach you in the class, I mean, to use your finger as index when you put in a magazine, you know. But again, in the moment of shitting your pants,
I can't do that. I
put
my thumb there,
again,
and
it's
I
a
go
personal thing.
Yeah,
you know.
exactly. I have to sit there and just kind of, I have to use it as kind of like I'm imagining I'm sticking a rod inside.
Pretty much.
You can see. It's not always perfect, but that's what we do. So we'll Cerakote the whole thing.
That's good.
And of course, then we come by and beat, blast, polish, and round the entire receiver, the bolt. We come in and we actually run through, you know, the bolt face, how it rotates inside that collar and that groove. We'll take that collar and groove and totally smooth that thing out. Okay. So actually inside this has got a lot of bolt work done to the standard bolt. So basically what we're doing is putting lipstick on a pig, okay? Flat out. Put a very nice SLR handguard. We can once again co-witness. Everything bolts together very nice and strong. And the trigger is the stock trigger.
Yeah, cool.
And then, you know, a few minutes later,
it's pretty smooth, I mean.
Yeah, we reworked the inside of the rails, the whole 9 yards, right? Check the reset on it though.
Yeah, I mean it's quite it's a cool gun. I mean, it's pretty good. I mean, on my finger it doesn't really. It's not a good test for, but yeah,
you can feel how that trigger wants to jump forward right away.
Absolutely.
So you creep about halfway, and that stock spring will want to take it. And as long as everything's mated correctly, you got to get all the grit and the grime off of it. And then what we do is we polish it and then we round it. So back in the old days of like wheel 6-gun and 6 cylinders, what they'll do is they'll take that competition trigger to make them, and they'll round them all the way around vertically. So that way, when you're doing your double action pulls, your finger's able to run on while keeping the firearm straight, your pistol straight, you can actually squeeze here. So that way it's got no hard lip or edge to move your gun off while you're squeezing. So the same principle here, we've taken about maybe 20 or 30% and we've skinned it out. And then used a mag pull stock and just a regular old mag pull back end. And you can see this is almost level.
Yeah, I mean it's
almost
getting there.
It's getting there, right? We could put an adapter there, and
yes, the camera took a shit again. Yes, I think it's a way to tell us to get a cut, probably.
Yeah, probably. Like, all right, there's your cue. We're going a little bit.
So for the 2 people that are still watching this video, because most of them already fuck off and I left everywhere. By the way, YouTube. Anyway, so I want to close the video super quick. And so first of all, thank you, Will, for having me. We got something coming up.
Yeah, we've got a couple other videos coming up. You guys are gonna want?
Not soon. There might be a news coming up. Stay tuned for my Instagram and Facebook. You're gonna see what it's about. But I'm gonna let him. Actually,
it's exciting.
Yeah, it's fun. I'm really. Yeah, me too. Yeah. Again, YouTube once again, because But then you know him super quick.
We'll get to some of that other
custom guns.
We'll get to some of this other in the next video or whatever. Yeah. But I think we did a pretty good job. I mean, I really like that. What is it? The PWS muzzle brake?
Yeah.
Yeah, I like that. That runs my my stock gun very nice.
And actually is going on my AKG 47. That's what I'm gonna use. Unfortunately, I couldn't find an O-ring, so I gotta find a ring that matches with that one because I think you need it in order to have a better feeling of it.
I like the Krebs muzzle brake.
Oh yeah, that's cool.
I mean,
put a suppressor.
Oh yeah, boom, brought it down. And you don't have to worry about concentricity because Mark's a real machinist. So I mean, he knows that there's problems there. So he addresses it right up front. Other than that, I think it was a pretty good round out. You guys throw some questions and comments down below,
Yep.
And we'll address those right away. And you know, if you don't know who Vulture Equipment Works is, please check us out. We're a custom firearms and knife maker. We've won several awards for our knives and things like that. So, you know, check us out. And
that's it.
yeah.
Last question: 545 or 7.62?
7.62.
545.
Pure. That's where my puracy. Or what? Can you say that?
As long as you don't say
That's
that,
what-
I'm like,
Can you say? Is that what is it? My purest.
Are you
my
purist?
purest level stops right there. That's what it is.
I know.
All right, 7.62. That's it.
That's it.
That's
Cool.
it. I just like the 30 caliber round.
No, it's
All right.
different. Thank you very much, Will.
Thanks again.
Stay
Thanks
tuned for
coming.
more videos.
Thanks, guys, for tuning in.
Of course, strongly recommend the liquid freakiness.
Oh yeah, thank you.
You
Liquid
look your
freakiness
babies.
and solid funkiness. We'll show that off real quick here
Yeah,
in
sure.
the next video if you want. But yeah, our solid funkiness runs the AKs like.
We can talk about that too.
Yeah.
Alright, thank you
Cool.
for watching. Stay
Thanks,
tuned.
guys.
Please
Be safe.
subscribe. Yeah, please subscribe if you want to. Give it a like, thumbs up, whatever.
Yeah.
And I see you here, and maybe a shot show too.
Maybe a shot show, you'll see us running around. But definitely put your gun back on safe when you're doing a reload on the range.
Yeah, please.
Okay.
Do that.
Talk
See
to
you.
you.
Bye bye.